Hello and welcome, everybody. It's Kelly Becker, physical therapist and executive director of Synapse Fitness Foundation. And in this video today, we will be reviewing 5 steps to living well with Parkinson's. This video is mostly geared towards people that are newly diagnosed. However, these recommendations really apply to anybody and give you a good guide for things that you could be doing, easy steps to be taking to help you in your journey. So for this, we are going to be referencing a lot of different resources, and these are some of our favorite foundations that we pull information from when we are sharing content with you. And especially this presentation, 5 Steps to Living Well with Parkinson's, this specifically came from some content that is provided on the Parkinson's Foundation. And you can see the website there and go there to read in more detail about this topic as well. But again, we'll be sharing information from all of these other fantastic foundations as well. So before we get into our 5 steps, we want to first just acknowledge that everybody that receives a diagnosis has a different experience. For some people, you had no idea that the things that you were experiencing would be falling into that category of Parkinson's. For others of you, maybe you kind of had a suspicion. Maybe you had some knowledge about the disease and thought that, hey, maybe this is it. Some of you may have been relieved to receive a diagnosis. Some of you may have been devastated. So everybody has a different experience. Also, all of you have a different experience with how that diagnosis was provided to you. Did your healthcare provider, did your neurologist give you a lot of information and reassurance, or did you leave feeling not so sure of what to do next and frustrated? So lots of different experiences, and we just want to let you know that we know this is different for everybody, and that's why there are amazing foundations out there to help you in your journey. So your 5 steps. Step 1. Determine your goals. And we'll be diving into all of these in a little bit more detail. Step 2, find a Parkinson's expert. Then find someone to talk to, create healthy habits, and be active. Okay, so here we go. Determine your goals. This is really important. When you get a diagnosis like this, a lot of people go, okay, now what? What do I do? And we've talked to a lot of people in our programs that the first thing that they did was really go home and not know what to do. They felt overwhelmed, or they felt hopeless with this diagnosis. And we want to reassure you that there are many things that can be done, great ways to live well. But one of the first things you need to do is determine where you want to be going. How do you want to be living with Parkinson's? How do you want to live your life over the next 5 years, 10 years? So determine your priorities. That's great to do for yourself, with your family, with your healthcare providers, but determine what is important to you. Start small, make specific goals, make a plan to achieve those goals, set timelines. Don't just say, oh, in the future, I want to. No, say in 6 months from now, I want to do this. In a year from now, I want to do this. Involve other people to hold you accountable. The more you share those goals and tell other people about those goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. And celebrate your successes along the way. Don't be too focused on just achieving that goal itself, but acknowledge the great things that you are doing and the little successes that you do have. Goal setting does not come naturally to everybody. So there are other resources out there to help you. We actually have a YouTube video specifically about goal setting as well. And if you are wanting more assistance in this, we are starting our health coaching program. And if you would like to sit down with somebody like myself and lay out, hey, what is important to you? How would you like to establish those goals? Then please reach out to me at this email address that is provided here. All right, the second step to living well, find Parkinson's experts. Yes, there are so many great people out there to work with, and you just got to know who they are and where they are. The Parkinson's Foundation recommends that everybody with Parkinson's work with a movement disorder specialist or neurologist. So, a movement disorder specialist is a neurologist with additional training to treat people with Parkinson's at every stage of the disease. So, they're going to be the people that know the most about how to help you, especially with your medications and other treatment options that might be available to you. You also want to build a bigger healthcare team. So, working with physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech language pathologists, mental health providers, and social workers. Everybody has their own skill set to contribute. I won't go into more detail on this, but everybody has their own unique items to help you with. And we have done some videos on this in the past as well. So if you would like some help finding the people that know about Parkinson's. So again, I don't recommend just going out and seeing any physical therapist or occupational therapist. Go and look for somebody that has Parkinson's training because they are going to know how best to help you. So at this point, you might want to pause this video for a moment and take down some of these resources. But if you are looking for a center of excellence to help you in Parkinson's, again, a whole clinic that is devoted to working with Parkinson's, you can go to the parkinson.org website that is listed there at the top and uh, find centers of excellence. Like around us, OHSU is a center of excellence. You can look for a movement disorder specialist at the website provided. You can find physical or occupational therapists that are trained in Parkinson's at LSVT, BIG, or the Power for Life sites. Same thing with the speech language pathologist. So go on there and look for people in your area. If you do live in our area, I have a list of providers that hold Parkinson's certifications in the rehab settings. All right, next up, number 3, find somebody to talk to. This is really overlooked by a lot of people. You are not alone in this diagnosis. So many people share a lot of the same struggles that you do, a lot of the same worries that you do, as well as a lot of the same goals and dreams and successes. So reach out and talk to somebody. You could opt to talk to an actual mental health provider. I recommend going to Psychology Today to look for somebody near you, somebody that might take your insurance. But you can also join a support group. And all throughout Oregon, Parkinson's Resources of Oregon helps to put on wonderful, wonderful support groups. So you can go on their website. My next slide has those websites for you, but go find a local support group near you or virtually. There are a lot of virtual options as well. The Brian Grant Foundation, based out of Portland, also has wonderful support groups for people with early onset PD. Another way to find people to talk to is to join an activity, join an exercise class for people with Parkinson's, or Parkinson's Resources of Oregon has a singing group that you can join. So find an activity that you like and other people that enjoy those same activities, and you'll find a great group of people to talk to. You could also get some other one-on-one support, such as reaching out to Parkinson's Resources of Oregon. They have a social worker that can help answer questions for you on their hotline. They also have a peer mentoring program, so you can get somebody else with Parkinson's and talk to them one-on-one. You can also reach out to us, reach out to me, and I can talk to you about some of the resources available. So again, resources for people to talk to. You can go to Psychology Today to find mental health providers. There's the Parkinson's Resources of Oregon link for their support groups and the Brian Grant Foundation. All right, step number 4, create healthy habits. So you have found the people to talk to. You have your Parkinson's experts. You've set your goals. And now we really want you to be living in a way that will help to minimize your symptoms, help you to feel your best. So the best thing you can do is understand Parkinson's, understand what it is and what you can be doing about it to help yourself. There are a lot of wonderful resources out there for that. Our top recommended ones, again, we've done YouTube videos on these as well, but the PD library from Parkinson's Foundation, also the Every Victory Counts manual from the Davis Finney Foundation, which you can get a free copy of that. It's a wonderful manual. And then again, as we've been saying, Parkinson's Resources of Oregon has a lot of great workshops in our area. Healthy eating. Learn what way you can give yourself the nutrition that your body and your brain needs, which can really help you to manage energy, can help you to manage some of those tricky symptoms like constipation. And what is promoted for living well with Parkinson's is mostly a plant-based diet with healthy fats and sufficient protein. And on the next slide, I will share some more resources where you can find more information about this too. In addition to that, just take care of yourself, get lots of good sleep, and again, get that mental and emotional health support that you need. So those resources that we were just saying, you can find the Parkinson's library there at the top link. You can get your free Every Victory Counts manual at that second link, and look at the educational offerings from Parkinson's Resources of Oregon there in the third link. Healthy eating, we highly recommend you go and check out the Brain Grant Foundation. They have a specific section on nutrition, and you can link to it there. And the Parkinson Foundation also has some great resources on diet and nutrition, and you can find them at that specific link as well. All right, the fifth recommendation, your last step, be active. Okay, so I hope you have heard this. We can't emphasize it enough. This is the reason why our main service line that we offer through Synapse Fitness is the Rocksteady Boxing exercise class. We believe exercise is so critical to living well with Parkinson's. Exercise really is one of the best things that you could possibly do. We have a whole 5-part YouTube series on why that is. Please check that out as well. But just generally speaking, if you are looking to get into an exercise program and you're not in one yet, or looking to just get a little bit more active, we recommend that you do what you love, right? The best exercise program is one that you will actually do. Okay, so we can come up with all the plans in the world, but if you are not going to actually do it, it's not going to work. So find something that you love. There are so many things from dancing to boxing to ping pong. So there's something out there for everybody. Join a group. It will really help you stay accountable and have friendships that will keep you coming day after day. We have some links on the next site for great groups to join. And if you feel like you have significant issues and you don't know where to start with an exercise program, I highly recommend that you start with seeing a physical therapist. All right, so our resources for being active, there's that link to our YouTube series on that. Again, we went in deep on this because it is so important. So we have all the details you need about coming up with a comprehensive exercise program. You can look at Parkinson's Resources of Oregon. They list all of the different exercise classes for Parkinson's that are being held in Oregon. Fantastic resource to check out what is going on. You can see their in-person calendar as well as their virtual exercise calendar there. And again, Rocksteady Boxing is probably one of the most popular programs to do for Parkinson's. And you see the link there as well. One that I do not have on here that I would like to promote now, it's something that has come up more recently, is Pedaling for Parkinson's has been taken over by the Davis Finney Foundation. So if you are interested in cycling and would like to find a class near you or online, you can go to their website as well. Last little tip here, and this is beyond our 5 steps. But if you go into the Michael J. Fox Foundation, they also have tips for living well with Parkinson's, and they have a 6th step, and that is consider joining a research study. This is especially if you are newly diagnosed. And the reason why we put this out there is that because if you are somebody who's newly diagnosed, they are always in need of people to do research. that have been diagnosed in the last couple of years and have not started their Parkinson's medications yet. So that we are always wanting to put that out there so that people know about this opportunity, because you can really help further the knowledge that is being discovered about this disease. And you can find links to find a research study there. Okay, and you get another bonus tip. This is the last slide that we have here. My tip to you is don't get overwhelmed. Okay, there is so much information out there about living well, which is wonderful and it's fantastic. I often work with people though that say, gosh, I want to do all these things. I want to engage in all these healthy activities and see the right doctors and help all the members of my healthcare team for myself or for my loved one, but it gets overwhelming with how many things there could be to do. You do not have to do all those things right now. Okay, this is why we set out our goals, the priorities, what is most important to you. Let's start with that first. And let's start small. Okay, it doesn't have to be doing every aspect of exercise right now. Let's choose one or two things to work on right now. So do one thing at a time and get support as you need. Again, if you feel overwhelmed by coming up with a strategy for how to live well with Parkinson's or tackling these different things, I am here to support you. So please reach out again at that email address that I provided earlier, and we can sit down and help navigate this for you, setting out your goals and trajectory of what you would like to do. That is it. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 tips to living well with Parkinson's. Have a good day. This video is brought to you by Synapse Fitness Foundation, a nonprofit empowering people with Parkinson's to live their best lives through exercise, education, and connection to others. The presenter of today's video is Dr. Kelly Becker, physical therapist and founder of Synapse Fitness Foundation. If you found today's video useful, please click the like button and forward this video onto somebody that you think would find this useful. Thank you.